by me, Reverend Cindy from Canandaigua, Reverend AJ from First Unitarian, our guest preacher, Reverend Verdis, and many thanks for the music from Pablo from First Unitarian. Friends, this is an all-ages service. Children and their noises are welcome in this space. There is a wiggle zone in the back for anybody who needs space to move their bodies and play a little bit while they listen. And we have some staff and volunteers back there to help with that. After the service, facilitators from First Unitarian are offering an adult owl sampler and overview for people over 18 in the Chalice Room upstairs. OWL, short for Our Whole Lives, is our lifespan sex and sexuality education program. You can sign up for full adult OWL program at First Unitarian after the service, even if you belong to a different church. Everyone is invited to remain for coffee hour after the service for connection and fellowship. That takes place through the door to my right, straight back in the Clara Barton Lounge, or in the very same Zoom room that you're already in. Before we take a moment to say hello to our neighbor, speaking of Zoom, let us turn toward the camera at the back corner near the Progress Pride flag and greet our online worshiping community with a big wave. If you're online, we invite you to pop a greeting into the chat. And if you're here at First Universalist worshiping this morning, let's take a moment to turn to our neighbor and offer a greeting. Good morning once again. So sorry to break up the party, but we've got more to do this morning. I invite you, if you're standing, to stay standing, and if you're not, to rise in body or in spirit and sing together our opening hymn, Joy in the Morning.
We'll find joy in the morning, joy in the morning, joy in the morning, in the morning we'll find joy. Let's do verse 1 one more time. We'll find joy in the morning, joy in the morning, joy in the morning, in the morning we'll find joy. Now, before we go to verse 2, that was really lovely. Got better each time. Now let's do some harmonies. Just have fun with it. 1, 2, verse 1, and we'll find joy in the morning. Joy in the morning. Joy in the morning. In the morning we'll find joy. Now let's go to verse 2. We'll find hope in our children. Hope in our children. Hope in our children. In our children we'll find hope. Key change. We'll find strength in each other. Strength in each other. Strength in each other. In each other we'll find strength. There is love around us. Love all around us. Love all around us. All around us. There is love. All around us. There is love.
When I was a little kid, I lived on a Coast Guard base in Petaluma, just north of San Francisco. My dad was in the Coast Guard, and so we lived there for a few formative years of my younger years. And at one point, when I was about 5 or 6, my dad's cousins came to visit us, and they wanted to see the city. They wanted to, see what was going on. Now, the thing about my dad's cousins is that they are more conservative than my dad and our family. They're more conservative religiously and politically and culturally. So, there's some culture clash going on there. And my mom, as she relates later, maybe this was sort of a passive aggressive move. But she was like, "Oh, you want to see the city? Let's take them for a driving tour down through the Castro district in San Francisco." Which, if you don't know, is a famously, gay neighborhood in San Francisco. So then what happened a little bit later that afternoon, I don't know if this was, my dad's cousins sort of dealing with the culture shock or reeling from that, but I was doing something, what 5, 6-year-olds do. I was being, I was not behaving, or I was making a big deal about something or whatever. And my mom says, "Oh, AJ, he can be such a drama queen." And my dad's cousin says, has this look of shock and concern and says, "Don't you mean drama king?" And isn't that why we come to church? Because we can be fully who we are, ourselves in community, even if those around us have a little bit more learning to do.
As Angelina comes forward to light our chalice, so Angelina, where are you? And the folks at UUCC and all of you at home may be lighting your own chalices. I offer these words by Linda Lee Franson. We light this chalice to ignite our hearts and minds, the spark of knowledge that enlightens, the shimmering hope that burns, the blazing love that engulfs our actions, the bonfires of our commitments. We light this flame for those who celebrate themselves, who fear, who hope, who persevere, who live on the side of love for all. We light this flame for those who have been ridiculed, that they may find peace, for those who have fought to marry, that they may celebrate, for those who live in uncertainty in the world, that they may have hope. We light this flame to renew our commitment that no one shall ever again suffer for the right to love. We light this flame to celebrate our kaleidoscope of diversity, working, living, and loving on the side of love. For this, we light our flame. And now I invite all of you to affirm these words by repeating after me, "May it be so. May it be so."
I did that for the very first time on July 19th, 2009, here. I think this podium was over there. Maybe it was her. I'm not really sure. But that was when I gave my first sermon here. And in that sermon, I talked about how the year before, in August of 2008, I wandered in here. Well, actually, I was invited. Let me be truthful. I was invited by Stephen Farrington. He's over there. So I'm coming. And so I was like, okay. He's like, I think you might like my church. And I was like, I don't know, because y'all don't believe in anything. So, you know. So he's like, I think you might like my church. So I come in and he's not there. So I'm like, you just gonna leave me by myself? But in the sermon that I gave for Pride weekend, or my first Pride in 2009, because I had come out the year before, and you know, during coffee hour, during my first service here, the previous August, I had let people know that my previous church thought that I had a demon in me or an evil spirit because I was gay. And I started laughing. And the church ladies, they're the church ladies, they literally clutched their pearls. They really didn't have any pearls, but if they did, they would have clutched them. And then, one by one, they grabbed me and started whispering affirmations in my ear, saying, there's nothing wrong with you. You are loved. We see you. We love you. And some of them are here right now. I broke down, I started crying, and then I came back the next Sunday. And they were just like, I think you could be a worship associate. And then eventually I became the chair of the worship court, the worship associates, all that great stuff. But the title of my sermon that I gave on July 19th, 2009, my First Universalist sermon was, This Church Saves Lives. Now, that was First Universalist Church. I didn't know about First Unitarian until, I'm just joking, y'all. Until much later. And y'all saved my life in a different way. But last month was Pride Month, and it was first formally recognized on a national level under the Clinton administration. Remember the Clinton administration? Oh, good Lord. Okay. There's some flaws with it too. No one's perfect, but my gosh. And it was in 1999, and June was elected as the month in question to commemorate the anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising, in which patrons of the Stonewall Inn, a gay bar in Greenwich Village, resisted a police raid on June 28, 1969, and ignited demonstrations that evolved into the gay rights movement. And after Stonewall, activists encouraged social gatherings to raise funds, build the community, and offer an alternative to often raided gay bars. And in Rochester, a small Sunday afternoon picnic was held in July of 1974 to raise money for the Gay Alliance of Genesee Valley. And organizers chose a date in mid-July to avoid conflict with July 4th celebrations and the Cornhill Festival, and the event, the small event, would evolve into a major annual celebration, including the ones for this weekend. Unfortunately, it got rained out, but the celebrations nevertheless continued. And now we celebrate the power of love, the power of acceptance, the power of togetherness, the kind of power that ensures every person, especially every queer person, can be whoever they want to be, whoever they become, whoever they were born to be. But my friends, we have a crisis on our hands, a battle that is being waged right now, and yet we will not be erased. With more and more people trying to live a more authentic life full of love, the visibility of queer people is at an all-time high. And so is anti-queer rhetoric. particularly towards trans and non-binary youth. Not only the rhetoric, but the scapegoating that is happening because of their sheer existence. According to UU transgender activist Sam Ames, he says, and I quote, "Scapegoating does not occur in isolation. When you mix it with politicizing independent institutions, spreading disinformation, aggrandizing executive power, squashing dissent, corrupting elections, stoking violence, scapegoating is a critical step of the authoritarian playbook," end quote. The authoritarian playbook. Oh yeah, really, there is such a thing. He goes on to say, and I quote, "For political extremists with an eye towards scapegoats as a useful tool, trans people check an awful lot of those boxes. We show up as the scapegoats for economic anxiety and wildly exaggerated claims about the amount, the government funding that goes to gender-affirming care. We show up as the scapegoats for mistrust of medical authorities when politicians muddy the waters of expertise by misrepresenting the evidence, overstating the risk of transition, and manipulating regret rates." And the list goes on. But then he goes on to say, part of the reason it's a scary time to be trans and non-binary in America is that rhetoric like that leads pretty predictably to violence. And in 2023, a report from an anti-LGBTQ hate incident by the Anti-Defamation League and GLAAD found out that of the 356 violent incidences against queer people in the previous year, nearly half were connected to political extremist groups. More than half of those were connected to the grooming conspiracy theories. Armed extremist groups like the Proud Boys have targeted pride parades and drag events for violence, claiming the mantle of protecting children. Online agitators have added gasoline to that fire. One notorious account alone has used myths about gender-affirming care and drag shows to incite bomb threats and violence against at least 30 entities, including hospitals and individual doctors. Those things don't take place in isolation. You see, the President of the United States has spent time with the leaders of both those groups at Mar-a-Lago. And yet, we will not be erased. Well, as of today, the ACLU is tracking 530 anti-queer bills in the United States. 530. While not all of these bills will become law, they all cause harm to the LGBTQIA+ community. They range from curriculum censorship to school sports bans, to healthcare age restrictions, to drag bans, to forced outing in schools, to barriers, to accurate IDs, to public accommodations. The list goes on. And many are being defeated, thankfully, including here in New York State. But some have already passed. Some are in the courts, and they all cause harm. But I don't want to leave you in the valley of shadow of death. We'll come up at the mountaintop by the end of this service. Trust and believe. That's my way. But to people who are here, people who are watching this, whose pride celebrations may take place more privately this year because of all of this, please know that you are never, ever alone. We see you. We love you. We are always here for you, just like those affirmations whispered in my ear 18 years ago that saved my life. Maybe they can bring comfort and care to all of us now. Amen? Amen. Amen.
One of the ways that we, as people of faith, are called to live out solidarity is through our generosity. When we gather in the weekly rhythm of community to worship in our own churches, we take time to pool our resources collectively from the bounty we are blessed to receive. Each of our sibling congregations does this in part to support their own operations, but today, if I am not mistaken, we will share 100% of today's offering with MOCA. Founded in 1996 as the Men of Color Health Awareness Project, the MOCA Center has worked to educate Black and Latino men about living a sex-positive life. In partnership with Trillium Health, they are now a community health center that offers both community and health in equal amounts, providing a safe place to network, socialize, and address a variety of health issues. Please place your offering in the offering baskets that will now be passed, or give online by scanning the QR code on the laminated sheet in your pew. For folks online, please click the link in the chat to give to our plate collection today. Thank you for your generosity. This morning's offering will now be gratefully received.
Today's offering will be sung by all of us together as a group. We're going to learn it together and then share it with each other. It's the chant called Open My Heart by Ana Hernandez. And I'm going to sing the melody, the part that we can kind of gravitate to if that's the part that's most comfortable. And then we'll see it on this slide. So this is the melody. I'll sing it through once, and we'll try it together. Open my heart, open my heart, open my heart, open my heart. Not too hard. Let's give it a try. All together, the melody. And open my heart, open my heart, open my heart, open my heart. So that's the basic melody. Now let's learn a bass part if we want to sing a lower part. So let's go back to that one there. This is the bass part. Listen to it first, and feel free to join as you are able. Open my heart, open my heart, open my heart, open my heart. Let's try it all together again. Open my heart, open my heart, open my heart, open my heart. So we've got two parts going. We've got a bass and a melody, but let's go on to the descant part. If we're feeling kind of flashy or a little bit more warmed up than before, let's try this. Open my heart, open my heart, open my heart, open my heart. All together on this descant. Ready? And open my heart, open my heart, open my heart, open my heart. And now we're going to sing this for each other. So, we've got a melody, we got a bass line, we got a little desk camp part, if it comes back up there. But let's give it a try and see what we do. Let's make some music together. 2, 3, 4. Open my heart, open my heart, open my heart, open my heart. Repeat. Open my heart, open my heart, open my heart, open my heart. And now without any piano, whatever you remember, let's do it. Open my heart, open my heart, open my heart, open my heart. Thank you.
Now it's time for a story.
I might steal Pablo.
It's still time for a story.
How about this? Oh, I don't have to steal anyone's. Guess what? It's time for a story. If you hadn't heard. If you're a small person or even if you're a big person, you are invited to come forward and sit up front to listen to the story a little closer if you like. So you can come up now or anytime during the story. And if you need to go back to your grown-up, you can do that too. And if you need to bring your grown-up with you, you can do that. This story this morning is Julian is a Mermaid by Jessica Love. And it was adapted by Amanda Graff, Director of Religious Education at First Unitarian. Shout out to Amanda. Woo. And Perry Montrose, Director of Faith Formation at All Souls New London, where Reverend Verdis is a transitional minister.
This is a boy named Julian and his abuela, and those are some mermaids. Julian loves mermaids. Julian lives in New York City and spends lots of time with his grandma. They love to go swimming at the local pool. And while grandma does her exercises, Julian enjoys swimming through the water, pretending to be a mermaid. As he swims, his short hair grows longer, and before long, Julian has his very own shiny mermaid tail. Julian is a mermaid. As Julian and his grandma head home from the pool, he notices some other mermaids on the train. They have beautiful shiny tails just like him, and they look so joyful and alive. Julian is mesmerized. Where did these magical mer people come from? And can they tell that he is a mermaid too?
Vámonos, mijo. This is our stop.
Abuela, did you see the mermaids?
I saw them, mijo.
Abuela, I am also a mermaid.
I'm going to take a bath. You be good.
Julian has a good idea. He searches for things to help him turn back into a mermaid. He finds Grandma's big fern plant and clips a few long fronds to create a crown like mermaid hair. He takes a long white drape down from the window and wraps it around his waist, letting it trail behind him like a tail. He's done it! Once again, Julian is a mermaid! When Grandma finds what Julian has done, at first she looks upset.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
But it turns out it's just her face in deep thought. Maybe she hasn't really understood until this very moment that Julian is a mermaid. Now she seems to understand.
Come here, mijo.
For me, abuela?
For you, Julian.
Where are we going?
You'll see.
As Julian walks down the street with Grandma, he sees one mermaid and then another. He sees starfish and jellyfish, an octopus, and a little red shrimp. He sees men dressed in high heels and flowing mermaid skirts, long hair, and bright lipstick.
Mermaids.
Like you, mijo. Let's join them.
And they do. Julian and his grandma, hand in hand, are caught up in a joyful and colorful mermaid parade.
And this is the end of our story. You can make your way back to your seat or to the wiggle zone with your grown-ups or with the volunteers and staff.
And that is one of the banned books, by the way, in some of the states in the country. Not banned today. Today we will offer a blessing for all of you, a glitter blessing. A recognition of the sacred beauty inherent in every person. Glitter has long been a symbol of the LGBTQIA+ movement of gritty, sparkly hope in the face of prejudice and oppression, of joy and pride in the face of hatred and bigotry. Glitter is resilient and it's tenacious and it can get everywhere. And the briefest beam of sunlight causes it to shine out, even in the dustiest and the dreariest of spaces. And its beauty comes from its brokenness. Glitter sparkles because it is many different broken pieces coming together, changing in every moment as the light changes. This glitter that we'll share today is a reminder that each of us is beautiful in our sacred imperfection, our ever-changing selves, our glorious plurality. As we play some soft music, you might recognize the tune played on the organ by Charlie. You are invited to come forward. Show us where you like your blessing, your face, your neck, your arm, your hand, and then circle back to your seat. If you cannot come forward today and wish to receive this blessing, please raise your hand and I will come and offer you a glitter blessing. Once you have received your glitter blessing, you can also receive a paper blessing as well here on our altar here. You are now welcomed to come and receive a blessing. I invite you to pause with me as we have come to the close of our ritual, and to look around at the beautiful, shiny faces and hands and arms that surround you, at the amazing thing that is our blessed bodies gathered in this sacred space together. And online, if you can show some pride and some glitter or whatever emoji that you can find or reaction, since it's Zoom, and spread a little love that way as well. And everybody in this space and beyond is a holy thing. Every person, a sacred being made of stardust. And take a moment now and just marvel at how extra glittery we are today and how fabulous we are. As Reverend Eileen Casey Campbell lead us into prayer and meditation.
Let us join together now in some prayer and meditation, followed by some shared silence. By silence, as always, we mean the absence of grown-ups talking to one another so that we can listen more closely to the sounds of life, to the bustle of the city outside the doors, to the wiggles and giggles of our children in the back, to the breath of the neighbor in the seat beside us, to the workings of our own spirit within. Let's start with a deep breath. There is nothing wrong with you. You can be yourself here. I've got your back. Yes, that looks fabulous on you. No, it's not a burden to learn new pronouns. I love you. You're not alone. Queer kin have always whispered our best prayers to one another. Dear God, dear Spirit of life, of love, of joy, of sorrow, dear Queen on the stage, dear Elder at the clinic, stranger on the dance floor, beloved in our arms, dear child of this vast glittering universe still hiding somewhere in a closet, dear Holy One, or all, or nothing. All sounds the same to me. May the words we have always passed to one another like holy wine be lifted up today. Whenever we say, yes, you are whole and holy, just the way you are, a sacred text. Each, you're safe with me, you're home right here, the bread of life. And every utterance of you are worthy and loved. You belong. The whisper of a prayer that grows and grows until it echoes across the cosmos. Unerasable. So loud no one could ever miss it. Yes, you. Yes, all of us. Worthy and loved. We belong. Amen. Blessed be, and may it be so. Let us join together in silence now. Our hymn of contemplation this morning is number 1053, How Could Anyone?
Let's sing. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
I miss you, Pablo. Such a beautiful voice. Ministry. So what can we do as UUs? One thing is clear, that having an affirming community empowers queer young people and older people alike to see that they are worthy of love and see bright futures for themselves. Affirmation has an enormous impact. In fact, one accepting adult can decrease a queer young person's risk by up to 40%. So, what things can we do? Asking pronouns rather than assuming them and misgendering someone. When someone is misgendered, acknowledge it genuinely and use their right pronouns. Note that pronouns may change throughout someone's life's journey. Flow along with it. And also, pronouns and grammar do work together. And don't use grammar as a reason to misgender people. Affirm them anyway. You may never understand, but love anyway. You may never feel what it feels like to be queer. Love anyway. You may not understand why people call themselves queer anyway. Love anyway. You may never get it. Love anyway. Please, for all of our sakes, don't sit on the sidelines of this struggle. Side with love. Side with hope. Side with compassion. For when the way is difficult and dangerous, let us still choose what is good and just. When evil comes to break us down and break us apart, let us still choose to carry on with each other. When power from on high strikes fear in our hearts, let us choose the courage to persist. For we know that love and the spirit of life which abides in all of us will not be overcome, and we will not be erased. Yes, it is true that the churches here in the Rochester area are welcoming congregations, right? I'm just making sure you're still with me. But do we really know what that means? Religious spaces haven't always been welcoming places for all people, especially when it comes down to gender and sexuality, even in some UU congregations, believe it or not. So the UUA had set out a long time ago, about more than 25 years, to change that. And they created the Welcoming Congregations program to make sure that lesbian, bisexual, gay, transgender, and queer people are full members of faith communities. And the program helped. It acknowledged congregations and recognized congregations who strived for radical inclusion and created spaces that honor every part of our identities, backgrounds, and experiences. And yet, many welcoming congregations confessed to not having updated or reviewed or done anything since. the early 2000s. As such, they unveiled a Welcoming Congregations Renewal program in 2015. And then the pandemic happened. Then Black Lives Matter happened. That came and went away. And most of our congregations still proclaim to be welcoming congregations, but it got muddied. And the 5 practices ebbed and flowed, the practices of annual renewals, incorporating welcoming worship services during national observances, naming rituals, queer marriage ceremonies, days of observances like Coming Out Day, Trans Day of Visibility, and Remembrance. Sometimes we do it, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we say this has nothing to do with us, so I won't come that day. And supporting programs and projects, making sizable donations to local and national organizations that still need our assistance is crucial and vital right now, especially under this freaking administration. You know what I want to say, but I haven't quite gotten to dropping F-bombs in pulpits yet. It's coming though. And supporting affinity groups, creating them within congregations, sustaining them, making sure that they are supported, making sure that people know about all of that and that all of that is possible. Why? Because still many religious denominations and individual churches are actively hostile to and condemning queer people, ignoring them, and claiming to treat everyone the same regardless of sexual orientation and gender identity expression, refusing to acknowledge that LGBTQIA+ people face additional issues in society and around matters of faith and religion. Because of this, many people assume that as a religious denomination, a congregation doesn't want them unless you clearly and publicly invite them in. Don't just assume that people know that you're welcoming and affirming. Publicly, clearly invite them in. Let them know that we are aware of their issues and that they are welcome as their full selves. What we really make people feel, what do we need to do to really make people feel welcome is something that we all have to think about, discuss, deliberate about, continually work at it. You know, in my congregation and at All Souls New London, this is not on here, but I just have to say that we have something called a gay section of the congregation. It's to the right. And so I'm just like, oh gosh, I love it because it's like it's like with like elders and young people and mentors and everything. And some people are caught up in the gay section and they're not. They're like, what about, just own it. But we're actually more inclusive than that. But have a gay section. Just have it. It's okay. Because we will not be erased. So let us re-engage with this Welcoming Congregation program. Let us proclaim our welcome, advertise it, make it plain on our websites, our social media, orders of service, even in the missions of our congregations. Let us make information and resources available. Let us avoid assumptions, take time to ask, and then always respect each person's identity, self-labels, and pronoun preferences and changes. Deepen our welcome. We have to constantly work at this because we will not be erased. In closing, I offer a poem by Maya Angelou. Well, I'm not sure if she was queer. I wonder. Maybe history books will let us know. Well, she's adjacent. All right, so it is entitled, Try to Be a Rainbow in Someone's Cloud. I've had so many rainbows in my clouds. I've had a lot of clouds so I don't ever feel I have no help. I've had rainbows in my clouds. And the thing to do is not have an iPad, because it will do this on you. All right, I'm coming. Sorry, Amaya. AJ always has my back. Always. And the thing to do, it seems to me, is to prepare yourself so that you can be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. Somebody who may not look like you, may not call God the same name you call God, if they call God at all, you see? May not eat the same dishes prepared the same way you do, may not dance your dances or speak your language, but be a blessing to somebody. That's what I think. I've learned that people will forget what you think, what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Try to be a rainbow in someone's cloud. Amen, Ashe, and blessed be. Now please rise in body or in spirit as we sing This Joy. I'm going to come to my lavalier mic, if you don't mind. This is a song that we used to sing on Joseph Avenue. No, not Joseph, Goodman Street. That's where my old church was. The song called This Joy. Oh, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it. The world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. This strength that I have, this strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, this strength. Sing it louder. This strength that I have, the world didn't give it. The world didn't give it. The world didn't give it. Even moving to the aisles. This love that I have, this love that the world didn't give it. The world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it. The world didn't give it. The world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. This pride that I have, this pride that I have, the world didn't give it. The world didn't give it to me. This pride that I have, the world didn't give it. The world didn't give it. This peace that I have, this peace that the world didn't give it. The world didn't give it to me. This peace that I have, the world didn't give it. The world didn't give it. The world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. This joy that I have, this joy that the world didn't give it. to make this joy. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it, 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 the world can't take it away. The world didn't give it again. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Woo!
Okay, friends, remain standing as Rain comes forward to help us extinguish this chalice flame with the words from David Breeden. Yes, there is no binary. The road not taken is not a fork. That's too simple a thought. Flipping some coin, either or, nope. It's not this or that, no or yes. It's nor, neither, and all of the above, and more. The road taken goes every way at once. There, they, them. Go, now, love.
That we have done at New London to end our services is called a sending forth. And what you do, those in the building and those on the online pews, you extend your hands out like this to send your intentions into the world. May you receive and reflect love everywhere you go and know in the deepest heart and every day you matter, you belong. May you hold onto hope and your inner sparkle even when discouragement and despair beckon. May the beauty that is you shine out bright as the stars from when we came and which we will return. Together, may we make this place of welcome and of healing, of connection and plurality. Together, may we be the sparkling force of love that the world needs right now.
Amen.
Blessed by this community and blessed by the divine. Go forth and celebrate with pride. Amen.
Amen.
Ashe, and may it be so.
That I am.